Hey everyone, what's going on? Jeff here from Films at Home, back with another 4K review for you. And today we're actually going to take a look at a movie that has only been released in 4K overseas. Not available in North America just yet, but I was able to get an Australian copy, and this is also available in the UK. The movie is Basic Instinct. I have the new StudioCanal 4K remastered version from Australia here. So with Basic Instinct, we're going to talk about the visual quality and the new transfer, the restoration. We're going to talk about the audio, packaging, and special features, and basically whether or not this one is going to be worth upgrading from your Blu-ray release or possibly even an old DVD. Ultimately, the question we always want to answer is this worth picking up on 4K? And that's what I'll do in this review. Now, if you like 4K movies and Blu-ray reviews, if you like collecting movies, if you just like movies in general, please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. We also have a podcast going on, which is posted here on YouTube as well as on Spotify, Apple, and all your podcast apps. So go check that out, subscribe here, follow there. Make sure you never miss a video by having your notifications on, and that way you'll help us grow our channel and grow this physical media community. So Basic Instinct here is presented by StudioCanal on their Classics Remastered line. They've done a few 4K masters that have not made their way over to North America yet, and Basic Instinct is one of the bigger name titles that they've done. I do expect it will come to North America at some point. I'm sure it's a title that would sell very well, but StudioCanal has done the restoration on this, and so I'm sure that anything that comes to America will probably use that same restoration, especially after I watched it, because this 4K release right here is one of the best upgrades that I've ever seen. Now, it's pretty clear if you start looking at the Blu-ray and doing a comparison head-to-head that we had a pretty poorly colored Blu-ray and a Blu-ray that looks like it was probably just upscaled from a DVD level transfer. The Blu-ray was very blurry, it was not very detailed, it had sort of a blue-gray icy tint over the whole color. It made the movie look and feel different than it really should have, and StudioCanal has fixed that here. They've removed that tinted color, they've upgraded the color grading with HDR. It's a true 4K master, so you're getting much better detail and much better quality. This movie was shot on film, so there was plenty of room for improvement, and you can clearly see it here on the 4K. It is, in some scenes, a massive leap forward. I have not seen many 4Ks that take this big of a leap. Usually it's a little bit smaller of a leap, but this is almost like DVD to Blu-ray. That large of a leap is what we're getting here on Blu-ray to 4K. It's that much better. The color grading is maybe the most obvious standout. It is a dramatically different color grade, but one that does feel more in line with the way the movie should look versus that old Blu-ray or old DVD color tinting. They really love to do this weird blue icy gray color tint on a lot of old Blu-ray releases and early Blu-ray and DVD releases, and I don't know why they did it because it's super unnatural. This reminds me of like Speed on 4K, where Speed had a dramatic color grading difference when it was done on 4K. Basic Instinct has much of the same effect. It is just night and day when you compare the two, and it's by far a much better experience on 4K disc than on Blu-ray, DVD, or anything else that's previously been out there. So if you're a fan of this movie, if you want the best quality, if you want the best visual, this is the release that you need to own. You could import it from the UK or from Australia. JB Hi-Fi sells it. You can get it in the UK, maybe from like Amazon UK. They're going to be region free because all 4K discs are region free, so it's an option, but I really hope this makes it to the North American market at some point because it's a great transfer and it deserves to be seen by everybody, not just in the UK and Australia. It deserves a global release. It is that good, and it is one of the best 4K discs that I've ever seen, and definitely one of the largest upgrades from Blu-ray. Now, the audio in this one is actually very interesting because it doesn't look like it's an upgrade on the surface, but let me tell you why it actually is a fairly large difference between what Blu-ray could give you. So on the Basic Instinct Blu-ray discs, they had a DTS HD HR 6.1 track. Okay. So you'd think, okay, that's DTS HD 6.1, and this 4K release only has DTS HD 5.1. So you'd think you'd be going backwards. But the key is that the Blu-ray had DTS HD HR. and it's an antiquated audio format that was used in the early days of Blu-ray. And it's actually lossy audio. So it actually streams the audio at a very low quality, which is not much better than, say, like Dolby Digital Plus versus Dolby True HD. It's not true DTS Digital HD with that HR signification. So it's really kind of lossy, poor audio. And so although we're going to a 5.1 from a 6.1 and we're losing a channel, this is DTS HD master audio. So it's going to be lossless audio. It's going to be a much better product. The dialogue is more clear. There's definitely more dynamic soundtrack and sound effects throughout the surround system on this release. It's just a much clearer and better sounding audio track. Even though we drop a channel, I'm not really sure why they had 6 channels versus 5 to begin with, but the 5-channel track is more than enough for this. You don't really need Atmos. It's not the type of movie that Atmos would really do much with. Very solid 5.1, but it is nice to see that they corrected this and added the lossless audio, because that is not something you'll get on the Blu-ray or DVD releases, and that is actually a fairly significant upgrade. It's actually shocking to see. You don't see many Blu-rays that have lossy audio like that, so very nice to see that StudioCanal upgraded this and got it on a proper audio format. So that is another reason to upgrade this. Not only were the visuals upgraded fairly decently, but the audio also had a pretty nice step forward on 4K. Now the packaging on this is sort of unique because it's Australia, right? So you get the weird like restricted 18 plus rating code on it, which the UK also does. Interestingly enough, North American releases don't usually do that, but all the European and Australian releases do. And it's the Classics Remastered. Decent artwork here. I could see this working as a slipcover. Now on the inside, you do get some pretty nice artwork on the 4K disc, which is cool. But then you have just 2 Blu-ray discs. So you've got the movie on Blu-ray, and then you've got disc 2, which is the bonus disc with some special features. Now, unfortunately, both of those are region B locked. So if you don't have a region free player, you won't be able to view this Blu-ray disc or the special features, but you can certainly watch the movie on 4K, and that's really the reason that I bought this, is to have the best quality movie, not so much for the special features. But if you are interested, there are a couple behind the scenes things. There's a behind the scenes featurette on scoring the movie, there's a trailer, there's a making of, there's cast and crew interviews, there's some storyboards, and then there's 2 audio commentaries on here as well. So if you are in region B, or you have a region free player, you can have access to all of that. They've ported over a lot of the special features, which is nice, but at the very least, we can confirm that this 4K disc is region free, and you can also tell because on the disc it has the A, B, C logo. Those are the 3 regions. If you see A, B, and C, that means it's region free. All 4K discs should be, but it's always something to just double check, because it's 99% of the time they are region free, but there are a couple that aren't. So overall, StudioCanal really continues to impress me with their restorations. I have a few more from Australia that I'm going to check out that StudioCanal has done, a few of which are making their way over to the North American market in the coming months, a few that aren't yet, but StudioCanal really does a great job. They are, I would call them the equivalent to a Criterion Collection, the equivalent to an Arrow Video, but they're more focused in the European market. But a lot of times their transfers are what gets used for Shout Factory releases or some Arrow Video releases. You know, they do the restorations, and they don't always release them in North America. They don't really have a StudioCanal label, so you're going to see them released under other labels, but they're the ones who did the John Carpenter movies on 4K. They did They Live and Prince of Darkness and Escape from New York. So they do just a great job, and I'm really impressed continuously by their work. And Basic Instinct is just hands down one of the best restorations and remasterings that I have seen on this format. I mean, it's a must-have, and since it has no North American release, I would highly encourage you guys to hunt down an Australian or UK copy, or buy it from wherever you can in Europe. It's pretty easy to import discs here into the US. You can buy from JB Hi-Fi. It might take 6 months to get to you, but I've done that before. Maybe you have a friend in Australia who can ship it to you, or you can always try Amazon, because it is pretty easy to shop globally on Amazon, Amazon UK, Amazon Australia, whatever it may be. Usually they'll ship to the US and you just pay a little bit extra for tax, but the Australian dollar dollar is pretty cheap right now compared to the US dollar. So I think I got this for like $15 US was the equivalent. I mean, it was a really, really good deal for a movie of this caliber, and I'm even more impressed by the deal with how great the 4K disc was. So I will leave you guys some options down in the description where you can buy this. It's not going to support my channel at all because I only have affiliate with Amazon in the US. But if you want to buy from JB Hi-Fi or maybe HMV has a copy, I'll do some research and put those links down in the description so you guys in North America can buy it. And of course, if you're already in one of these countries that has it out there, it'll be much easier for you to purchase and well worth it. Basic Instinct is great. StudioCanal's done an excellent job, and it's one of my favorite 4K discs now. So that's it. Make sure you subscribed and like this video. If we can get this to like 5,000 likes, that'd be pretty cool. Let's set that as a goal, 5,000 likes. If you enjoyed the video, like it, and if we get to 5,000, I'll do a giveaway or something. But also make sure to follow us on social media. All the links are in the description, as well as the audio podcast links, Spotify, Apple, all that stuff is in the description as well. Plus a bunch of links from our partners and affiliates who are helping support my channel. I also want to let you guys know about a new feature that you'll see on videos, which is the super thanks button. It's like a super chat in a live stream, but you can do it on recorded videos and uploaded videos now. A much bigger percentage of that goes back to me instead of to YouTube, so I appreciate people that are doing that, doing super chats, signing up for channel memberships. That stuff really helps drive the revenue for this channel and helps keep me going, purchasing equipment, upgrades, buying more movies for you to review. So if you want to, the super thanks is there. It's right below the video title, right down where you would like or dislike the video. So that's an option now. Just wanted to make you guys aware of it. So I appreciate you watching and all your support. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy out there, and I will talk to you all soon.